Hello, everyone. I'm Nikhita Joshi, and today with my colleague Alan, we'll be presenting our work titled The Effects of Update Interval and Reveal Method on Writer Comfort in Synchronized Shared Editors. This work was done in collaboration with our advisor, Dan Vogel, at the University of Waterloo. So suppose you're drafting up a new abstract for a paper you're about to submit. And so you open up a Google Doc and you share this Google Doc link with your lab mates, hoping that they'll give you some feedback. So after some time, you notice that an anonymous snake enters your document. And at first you don't think anything of this because their cursor's tucked away in the corner, it's not bothering you, so this is fine. But then this anonymous snake starts doing some weird things with their cursor, and it starts to irritate you, and then eventually their cursor makes its way down to where you are actively writing. And this really annoys you and makes you feel a bit strange and uncomfortable. So you decide to then open up a notepad and continue writing your abstract without any distractions and without any anonymous snakes lurking. And then you copy this new writing and paste it into the Google Doc so that the anonymous snake can then review your writing. So if you've ever encountered a situation like this, you are definitely not alone. In fact, Wang and colleagues found that many times people do not want to write together, believing that writing is a private activity. And many times writers, when they're writing collaboratively, exhibit territorial behavior and will opt to write privately by opening another document or a text file, continuing writing in private, and then pasting it into a shared document. So it seems like writers are kind of naturally turning towards these asynchronous methods, even when they're using synchronous methods, in order to gain more privacy and to feel a bit more comfortable while writing. And so we were inspired by this, and we were thinking about, could we not just delay when the writing is shared with collaborators so that people just have a bit more time before someone is able to view their writing? And so prior work has shown that some writing is unaffected by short time delays, and other work has looked at things like visual filters and creating focus regions for privacy, but nothing has looked at this kind of fundamental question of delaying when writing is shared with collaborators and coming up with methods that form this in-between point of pure synchronous and pure asynchronous writing. And so that is what our work contributes. So we contribute essentially these alternative update strategies that combine elements of both synchronous and asynchronous writing together to hopefully improve writer comfort. So each update strategy is defined by two key characteristics. The first being the update interval, which is when content is shared with collaborators. And the second is the reveal method, how content is shared with collaborators. So for the update interval, we investigate three different types. The first being a time delay, where updates are shared with collaborators every 10 seconds. We also look at a character delay, where updates are shared every 15 characters, and a sentence delay, where every time the user types in terminal punctuation, only then is writing shared with collaborators. And so these three make up a bit of a continuum in terms of controllability, where you can't control time, but you definitely can control when you type a character or when you finish a complete sentence. So all three of these have very different mechanics in terms of the user's point of view. So with time, there's essentially a countdown letting them know when their writing will be shared with collaborators. But with characters, they can add and remove characters to control when the update will occur. And with sentence, they can just type terminal punctuation in order to share their writing. We also look at the reveal methods, which once again is how the writing is shared. So we look at three of them. The first being normal typing, which is very common in existing tools like Google Docs, where all of the keystrokes are shared with the typing effect. With perfect typing, only the final keystrokes at that moment the update is triggered are going to be shown, also with the typing effect. And then with pasting, the final text is shown all at once, which best mimics current methods of, for example, pasting something into a document. So with normal typing, since all the keystrokes are shown, this means that even deletions or minor typos that you may have had, all of that will be shared with your collaborators. In contrast with perfect typing and pasting, with perfect typing, you can hide some smaller typos, like, for example, 1 or 2 characters a difference. But with pasting, you're essentially hiding all of the keystroke activities that were in between 2 updates. And so by combining the 3 update intervals with the 3 reveal methods, we create 9 new update strategies. So for example, with sentence delay and pasting, this means that every time a new sentence is typed, the entire sentence appears all at once from the collaborator's point of view. In contrast, if we have something like a time delay and perfect typing, this means that every 10 seconds, whatever you typed is going to be perfectly typed out without any typos. We also acknowledge that there are 2 baseline conditions. The first being real-time updates, where all of the keystrokes are shown and in real time, which best approximates current methods like Google Docs or Overleaf. And we also have manual updates, where updates are only shown to collaborators when a reveal button is pressed. And this best approximates current asynchronous strategies like copying and pasting something from a separate document or pushing something onto GitHub.
Hi, I'm Alan. After describing our proposed strategies, I'll continue present our experiments and results. First, we conducted a single writer experiment with simulated observers. We want to understand how do alternative update strategies affect the writer comfort. We use image description tasks and ask participants to write with creative thinking based on their own personal interpretation of the images using all 11 update strategies, including 2 baselines. We told participants that 1 or more anonymous collaborators would be watching them to simulate an uncomfortable scenario. And after first writing task for each strategy, participants will watch the replay of their own writing, enable them to focus on how their writing will be shown to observers, to increase the understanding of each strategies. Here shows our testbed interface. Participants would write down their image description on the left box, similar to Google document, while one simulated observer is writing in the next paragraph, and one observer is just lurking. They can also see the picking view on the right side, showing what observer will be able to read now. For replay interface, the picking view is enlarged, so participants can focus on how their writing will be seen with a specific update strategy. We measure 4 subjective scores in the end of each update strategy: understanding, comfort, easiness, and satisfaction. With confidence interval analysis, we focus on those strategies with whole interval larger than 5. So first, we found all strategies are understandable. And sentence interval and the manual update may be rated higher for the comfort rating since the longer delay. And sentence interval and real-time update may be more satisfied in general. With the open-ended question responses, we found some key considerations. First, with some update delay, it would help writers to hide their intermediate writing to increase comfort. For perceived speed, participants may feel pressure to write with shorter intervals, especially for time delayed. And when considering collaborator awareness, faster update intervals would increase the awareness. For natureness, when update occur in the middle of words or pasting whole paragraph abruptly, it is unnatural. And manual update would increase the mental load due to the writer need to make the decision when they want to update to the share view. We then curious about our findings in a real collaborative scenario, so we conducted a second study with pair of participants to write a persuasive essay together with the 4 promising update strategies from experiment 1. To increase the collaboration during the writing tasks, we ask participants to read each other's writing to formulate arguments and then summarize both writings into 1 paragraph. Here shows the task interface. Note that since participants can see their collaborators writing in the main writing view with the same update strategy, the picking view is hidden by default. With the same subjective measures for writer, we found results aligned with first experiment. However, for observer, we have 4 additional scores: natureness, awareness, ability to follow, and satisfaction. We found real-time is the only strategy that whole confidence interval are above 5, showing the advantage to read collaborators' writing without delay. With our 2 studies, we found each update strategies has their own pros and cons. Take update interval, for example. Update with delay can hide intermediate writing, especially sentence delay. Time and character delay is fast and may provide better awareness, while sentence delay is slower and may lose awareness. However, sentence delay preserves natural cutoffs, and it's easy to understand and control, while the other 2 delays would be unnatural and difficult to control. For full table, please check our paper. Finally, we want to show some example use cases and which strategy may be useful to use. When writing in different paragraphs within the same section simultaneously, sentence interval can be used because writers could complete their full thought delimited by natural syntax. And when in a brainstorming session or taking notes in a meeting, time and character intervals are ideal to hide small edits like typos while maintaining a fast update speed. And when trying to formulate a thought while or writing in front of the whole class, perfect typing or pasting reveal can be used to hide intermediate edits or immature ideas. With these possible use cases in mind, we concluded our work that alternative update strategies could help collaborative writers feel more comfortable, and we justified the needs for synchronous shared editors that support alternative strategies.